Let's see if this crashes my computer. Hey, it's on. Look at that. So, tried to do. I didn't even try. I just turned on OBS and my computer disabled itself. Oh, I didn't want you guys to see that I was wearing this suit. I was gonna put this on instead. Well, wouldn't you know it, and wouldn't you guess it? Your favorite time of the year, that good old time when I just have to play Dead Rising every day and talk about it and think about it and every day and make a YouTube video on it. So that's what I'm doing. Sorry, I just hit record. So let's just enjoy the ambience. Let's enjoy the Dead Rising ASMR. I'll even turn it up. It wouldn't be right if I didn't have it turned up a little. This is a real-time levels test. Just skip ahead in the video. Alright. I hope, might be a little loud. I'm a soft speaker, okay? I can't help it. Anyway, wouldn't you guess? God, do I love this game. And, you know, probably once a year, it just takes hold of me, and I just become like a rabid animal. And I have to see this bearded man with night vision goggles, duct taped together, whatever, a baseball bat and some nails.
Just like Mom used to make.
Just like Mom used to make. My dog is roaming around pouting. Calm down. Come here and sit. This is a dog intermission. You can feel free to take a sip of any beverages that you might have while I collect my thoughts on what I might say about this video game. Okay, I want to talk about the last video I made. I don't know how long ago, like, that was like I think it was 2 years ago, or maybe a year ago. I live in a time capsule and I don't know. But, I don't remember anything I fucking said about this game. I'm sorry, I don't remember anything I said about the game. Cause I'm too scared to open that video if I listen to myself talk like I'm talking right now. Cause I don't know what kind of shit I was on. I don't know what crack I was smoking back then, so I don't even want to hear what I had to say. Cause I'll be like, alright, I'm deleting the video, and this is embarrassing. But, I did want to take the opportunity. Did I wear the Willamette thing in the last video? I feel like I did. Maybe I'll find something. I'll switch it up. Anyway. I gotta say, I can't stop. I gotta talk more about this game. I gotta talk about Dead Rising 1 and 3, and I played 4 last year. I don't think I had ever played 4 at that time. I have a lot of fucking shit to say about 4, man. That game is a ripper. Riot. But I don't mean it necessarily in a good way. It's just the game. But I would like to make like a Dead Rising 4. I don't make video analysis videos because I'm I just don't work like that, okay? My brain, I'm not doing that. I'm not making I love those videos and I love the dudes that sit down with their like Harry Potter glasses and they're like, okay, listen, this is what was wrong with Dead Rising. And it's like ridiculous. It's an anthology video and it's like 10 hours. That's their passion. It's not, listen, it's my passion to yap about it, you know, while I play the game. Because I'm neurotic. It's not my passion to edit like an 8-hour video. But that's cool. Shouts out. You know, those people, they're getting their bread. They're getting their flows off. So I mess with that. I'm effing with that big time. But I'm not gonna do it. But I have shit to say about Dead Rising 4. I don't actually think that game is that bad if you separate everything from it. Like, I guess that's a bad statement to start off with. Listen, obviously Dead Rising 4 is a travesty. Hold on, this is a Dead Rising 2. I opened this to talk about Dead Rising 2. Alright, Dead Rising 4 is a travesty, yes. I love it has some enjoyable environmental design, which goes a long way with me, especially in a Dead Rising game, and I'm a sucker for Christmas games, dude. If you put a Christmas tree and it snows, I'm playing that game. I don't care what it could be a game, anything. Let me chop, like, I'll farm trees. It could be a tree farming game for your Christmas tree farmer. I'm gonna play that game because I like the vibes. So now that we have that clear, there are some good vibes in Dead Rising 4. You can just I turn the dialogue off in most games. Most modern games, I'm turning the dialogue off because it's like, I'm gonna throw up if I hear that, but can we talk about, man, dude, I would love to have a conversation with someone about modern dialogue, not in video games, but in TV and film. It's like all parody. I mean, it's psychotic. Anyway, man, look at this game. This is some fake. I should talk about the filters I have on this. This is some fake. I got some faux ray tracing going on. I don't really know if this even counts as faux ray tracing because this is like object. It's like large scale object irradiance or something. This is for the reshade heads. Any people who don't like reshade, skip ahead in the video. Any of my reshade head, put a big sign on the screen. Reshade. People who love reshade, skip to this part. Basically, there's not really that much. I don't think there's much you can do to shore this game up because it has like a weird depth buffer thing. This video is atrocious. I'm gonna keep going. There's like a depth buffer thing. This game doesn't like. I found that Off the Record is a little more reasonable, but it doesn't really like. Sorry, Justin's texting me about the album. Check that. We're gonna talk. I want to do a video where I talk about Justin, where I talk with Justin about some music project. Okay, so swipe up in the notification. I was talking to somebody recently, and I was like, "Dude, I've been on YouTube. I've been on YouTube for like, fuck, I don't know, 2007 or something. What is the notification bell? I've never clicked that thing. I've never turned it on for anyone. Like, it sends a notification to your like phone, or like, how does it work on a browser? It notifies you? That's crazy to me. When I realized I saw people who had the bell on for me, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I can like instantly stream, like data stream, and it pops up on your phone. That's crazy. I've never used the bell. I don't have the bell on for anyone. Sorry. Maybe I should experiment with the bell. Anyway. Oh, I got really far off on that tangent. Talking to Justin, up the thing, the bell, the reshade, the depth buffer. All right. Anyway, large scale object irradiance. Here, I'll disable it. You can see this is Vanilla Rising. It's so 2010 looking, and I liked it for a while. Now listen, I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater on vanilla look. Okay. I think this game is fine, vanilla looking. It has no ambient occlusion, I think, even like remotely. This is like a DirectX 9 API, so it don't look that good. But you throw a little object radiance on it or whatever the fuck that shit's called, and then I got some like ambient occlusion on there. It's simple. I like light, whatever that is, like color-based lighting. I just wanted to emit some color and light, you know. Anyway, I got the bug. You know, usually I get the bug a couple times a year. Can you hear my dog panting on the microphone? I get the bug a couple times a year, usually not for Dead Rising 2. I think it's been a while. Like, I think it's probably been 3 years or something, like, since I was really addicted to this game and really feeling it, but I don't know, man. Something about it lately is just hitting. Like, there's this good simplicity to this game. I should enunciate more. Sketch, go on. Go lay down. There's a good simplicity. God damn it. You know, elegance by design, I think, is something that's lost in games. I sound like a dipshit. Elegance by design, I don't mean it in like a stupid arty way, just in like a artistic, not an artistic way, but like fundamentally, like, I loved when games were simpler. This is a game about duct taping stuff together, and then you put it on a zombie's. You duct tape a drill to a bucket, put it on the zombie's head. I mean, that's the game, baby. That's the game. Does there need to be much more game than that? Can we talk about that? Like, I don't know. I'm not much of a modern gamer. Unless you include whatever Madden is on the Game Pass. Keep playing that. And, sorry. Man, I took a big sub hit from the Madden video. Sorry about that one. I'll stick to the classic. Man, this game really puts me in a good mood. I find myself playing it a lot when I'm like, I think I need something to connect with. That's more like, I don't know. I do a lot of wondering. I hope I didn't say any of this shit in the last video, but I do a lot of wondering if like my connection. Clearly, my obsession with zombie games is something beyond comprehension. But like, I wonder if I would have loved this game if I didn't grow up with it. You know, I wonder that about a lot of stuff. But like, I think on paper, what this game accomplishes is just like very simple and like silly. I just miss when the reason you wanted to play a game was just because you were like, oh, what? There's zombies? Okay. And you can duct tape stuff? Okay. And you're in a mall or whatever. You're in Vegas? Okay. Yeah, I'll play that. I honestly couldn't make this argument for like many. Like the only game I could really think of recently that came out that looked cool just on like principle, just on its screenshots, Exoprimal looked really dope. But again, it's like Exoprimal is an online only multiplayer game where you shoot dinosaurs and shit. And it's like, I was jazzed up about that, bro. I wanted to shoot some dinosaurs, hell yeah. Or whatever, whatever the fuck that game is about. It looked like almost like some Lost Planet shit. And but it's like, first of all, you know, this is a nitpick. I can't, you know, I like to play single player. I'm not gonna get online with like, I'm not gonna find a group of people to only exclusively play. I mean, that to me that's like super ridiculous. I get the forced online shit in games like Street Fighter or whatever. I don't even think it's forced online, but like the multiverse shit makes sense in a game like Street Fighter, but I feel like otherwise it's kind of like, just let me play fucking single player. And I had the same problem with like Back 4 Blood. Like, I would love to play this game. Left 4 Dead is a good single player experience. Back 4 Blood, not a good single player experience. And it's like, I don't know. Who the fuck are games even for anymore? They're not for people who just want to like stare at them and like duct tape some shit together, and I don't know. Exoprimal seemed chill, but it's like one of those games where you gotta read an encyclopedia to play it. And I hate that shit, so, you know, simplicity here. There's a guy with a sniper rifle, he's gonna take out a sniper rifle, and then when he can't get the shot off, he's gonna, I didn't mean to do that. When he can't get the shot off, he's gonna take out his machete, look. There it goes. See, this is simple, I have probably an IQ of 70, so let's keep it simple. I gotta go do this quest. I've really been playing this. This is like my real save, so I'm amidst a journey here. Every time I play this game, I think I love it a little more though. Like, I've definitely spent a lot of time fucking around on this game, but in terms of like time spent actually playing it and completing quests or whatever, it's like, that's pretty minimal. There was a time when I did all the achievements, but it's a haze. It's like a haze of my 13-year-old memory or something like that, but I don't know. Sometimes I find myself playing the story and I'm like, this is in the game? I don't remember this. Or like I'll find an outfit and I'm like, I didn't even know this was in this game. And I probably have 200 something hours on this game and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm simple-minded. Game is rad though, that's all I could say. You got people, you got zombies. That's the best thing about zombie games, when they have people, because it's like, they move around. They shoot at you. You get sick of the zombies, they don't shoot at you. This is gameplay variety, okay? Valve knows all about this. You guys are about to come out the elevator and rip me up the ass. This is really a, I'm sure I talked a lot about the environmental design in the last video, but fuck. Isn't it rad? What's going on with these walls? Is this like peeling off, or are these supposed to be like landscape? I don't think I've ever really paid attention to this before. This shit is weird, dude. very rustic or something, industrial. I don't know. It's almost Silent Hill-esque, like the weird, you know, Silent Hill. It's like, why would you have this painting in your house? But it's like, it's of like a rusty chain link fence. There's like a witch, a ghoul on the other side of it. Man, I've been playing a little bit of Fatal Frame. Whew, man, God, do I love Fatal Frame 1. I know everyone says 2. I think 2 is the hot one. But, I've only ever really experimented with 1, but man, that game cracks me up. It's a rip. Check that out. PS2 games. Man, I could do a whole, I have to do a whole video on PS2 games. Like, I've been playing the Jackass game, which is like surprisingly good. Yeah, it holds up surprisingly well. Been playing a lot of the old MKs. You know, I feel like everyone is getting ready for the new one. And, yeah, I got a lot of thoughts on PS2 games at the moment. Weird old game called Narc. Look that up if you've never played that.
Hey, look, boss. Not possible. Not gonna happen.
Cutscenes are a fantastic excuse for me to drink coffee and say nothing. And I like Chuck, man. I didn't know, you know, he was very generic to me always. But I think when I come back to this game and I think about the story like on paper, super good origin story. For anyone that doesn't know, there's like a backstory to Chuck has lore. It's basically that he was at like there was an incident in Las Vegas in this world where there was like an outbreak while he was at some contest or whatever, and then his wife dies. I think he kills her. I don't remember. I think he does the deed. But his daughter's there or whatever. It's a whole lore thing, and there's like a whole comic series called Road to Fortune. It's alright. It's pretty good. Chuck is cool though. Like, I get it, he's like a very generic white dude. But I kinda like, I like the way his face, I have all this shit on his face, but you can't see it, but I like the way his face is modeled. I feel like it was a good, he's like a good strong nose. You don't see a lot of good, this might just be me, but I don't think you see a lot of good character modeling in games that often anymore. At least, I would say in terms of people. What do I need to do? Do I need to be hitting it? When do I hit the win? Oh, when it's, I have a big old brain with a big IQ. Anyway. Unless the character, I think in like a AAA game, unless they're modeled in the sense of someone that's real, like Norman Reedus in Death Stranding or something, like that looks pretty real. But I feel like when people get artists get onto modeling people that aren't real, they get like these weird kind of clay face syndrome going on. I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but they look like Play-Doh. It looks like someone smashed Play-Doh together. Maybe this is how everyone looks in Madden. All the AI generated dudes in Madden look like this, so maybe it just has me thinking that, but why did I not get any food? I just thought this was gonna be easy. I deadass feel that way though about most games. Like, it just, people be looking weird unless it's modeled after like a real person and done well. They can still fuck up real people, but I think it's easier because it's like, we're just in a weird era of photorealism. I think we have been for a long time. And this isn't even hard. I don't know why I'm focusing on a lot of things at once, dude. Just throw everything. Fuck. I didn't even get to use the bucket. God damn it. But anyway, I think for the time, even then though, people looked weird in games too. You know, we didn't, especially 5th or 7th, whatever generation this was for consoles. Shit looked really weird. Like, people had a really hard time figuring out. You know, I think because there was so much competition in the modeling. Like, not everyone was on the same page for like hardware. You know what I mean? There was a lot of like just hardware limitations and shit people couldn't do in other engines or like framework. Or I don't know. Or maybe it was an art style. Maybe it was just a lot of time where people are trying to figure their art styles out. I don't know. This I don't know if anyone will feel the same way, but for some reason I was just thinking about like when when dudes were modeled like really strongly in games, like people had really strong faces, was like kind of Gears of War era. Like there was a ton of, oh, am I dead? I'm dead. There was a lot of, like, you remember how Marcus looks in Gears of War? Like his face is like literally like stones. It's like stone cliff. His face is so sharp. And I'm pretty sure people started doing that somewhere. I might have to have a yellow face for a little while. I'm sorry. Gotta switch up my swag here.
Yeah, smooth.
You see how bad my ADHD is? I didn't even bother finishing what I was just saying. I just...
Nice.
He had a really strong face. He had a strong face. That's the end of the thought. And I feel like that inspired a lot of, like, because that was like Unreal Engine standard, you know? Like that was kind of the concept for things moving forward. Everything sort of had to look really... It wasn't high poly, because they couldn't get away with high poly, but it was like this weird little middle ground where they could sort of make a really sharp face without it actually being that high quality. Like it was some... But it was a style. It was definitely an art style, because nobody thought that shit was photorealistic, you know? So... I don't know. In the ocean of forgettable protagonists, I think Chuck is quite interesting. But he, you know, he's an everyman. He's not that. But I like the idea that he's a father and that you have like, I don't know. It's just landing with me more a little bit. But this game is way sillier. Like Dead Rising 1. Well, I don't know. Dead Rising 1.
Wicked.
It's pretty fucking silly, but they play it straighter. Like this game is more, it kind of leans into being more silly. So I don't really know how to feel. Like there are some legitimately sad moments in Dead Rising 1, I would say, but I don't know. I like it. I like it. It's gotten good to me. I was always a little hard on this game, but I mean, it's hard to imagine if given the same set of tools, like I just think the odds of it, I wouldn't say like, I was gonna say like, given the same set of tools, I couldn't have made a better game. But that's very ridiculous thing to say. But I think given this any set of tools, like any studio, I don't know if they could have made. I mean, let's just think about how hard it is to make a sequel, an interesting sequel that people want to play, like in the first place. That's pretty fucking hard. So on top of that, you got to make a sequel to a game that, I mean, mechanically just existed to kick people's asses. And this is something I think a lot about DR1 is like, that game rocks, and I fuck with it a lot, obviously, but fundamentally, the mechanics of the game don't actually hold up to like when you watch, if you go watch the trailer for this game, one of them, I think it was the first teaser trailer, it's like Chuck on a bike, right? And he duct tapes some chainsaws on it, twin chainsaws, and he starts revving it up. And then they show you the little kill counter in the corner, and the kill counter starts going up, okay? When I was 10 years old and I saw that trailer, I was geeked the fuck up. I wanted to play this game and run down zombies with a chainsaw motorcycle. Didn't know how I was gonna... You know the episode in South Park where Cartman wants to freeze himself? Or like, he's like waiting for the Wii to come out or something? I can't remember. That was me with Dead Rising 2, because I wanted to run over zombies so bad. Now, as good as that is, and that is part of the game isn't about doing that. The game is about saving survivors. Those are the side quests, fighting bosses, completing the case files, which basically all of those things just equal, you know, you're gonna run around and fetch some stuff, or, you know, walk to a place, do a cutscene, shoot some stuff, and you're gonna kill whatever zombies you're gonna kill on the way. That's up to you. You could kill no zombie. I feel like that is a flaw in the design. Like if the game should be about killing zombies, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's something I'm a little hung up on, especially with this game, because it's like this, with the whole invention of combo weapons and, you know, constructing new ways. And Dead Rising got really deep into this ideology of we're killing zombies. The game's about killing zombies. Dead Rising 1 never pushed this. It was like a survival horror game. It's like you gotta first of all, if anything, Dead Rising 1 is about taking photographs. So everything else goes to the wayside because that is the main goal. And then, you know, weapons aren't that strong. You can't really even get that many good weapons, like other than, let's say, any, like a shotty, a Uzi, the good guns, which there are like 3 of, and you don't even get one until the end of the game. And then in terms of good melee weapons, you can get the katana, but it breaks really fast. The bat is alright. I don't know. Everything in DR1 has that hit lag because of the Havoc physics as well. And man, do I hate that shit. So to a large degree, I feel like even just you know, killing zombies or whatever isn't even like really held up fundamentally by the game's design. I think most of it is just about running away, and killing zombies is kind of an inhibitor to you completing any goals that you might have. Which is even really, I don't know, they're just in your way, you know? They're just in your way. And as the game progresses, you know, all of the games have their own sort of dynamic spawning system for zombies based on like the time and the day. So like, you know, if you walk into wherever I am right now, Royal Flush, if you walk into Royal Flush on this day, then you'll have this amount of zombies, you know, because you're gonna be carrying. Sometimes it'll give you a break. Like, there's a scene in DR1, or there's a part in it where you have to like save these. You have to go do some crazy boss fight, come back, and then right when you get back, there's like a surprise, because there's like a surprise survivor every day that you won't get a call about. You'll just wander into them. So you wander into them when the shit is going nuts, and if you can manage to get them back to the warehouse where you walk to the security room, there won't be any zombies in there. It's like a little break for you, you know? And I was like, you know, that's a ridiculously eloquent design. That's ridiculously precise design, you know? And it just makes me wonder, like, how could they not make the combat more fluid somehow? I don't know. You want the first game? It's you can sort of do the Silent Hill thing. Look at this. Man. You can kind of do the Silent Hill thing. Oh, that's gross. Where you like, where you you know, it's like the combat isn't supposed to be fluid. It's a survival horror game. You're not really supposed to be that strong. Yada yada yada. Okay. Dead Rising 2 onward. These games are about killing motherfucking zombies. You can't tell me otherwise. Okay, they got a chainsaw, paddle. You got a chainsaw motorcycle, chainsaw everything, chainsaw coffee cup. Chainsaws flying out every direction. Okay, this game is about killing zombies, top to bottom. And I guess it's pretty good. Like, it's working right now. It's functional at the moment. I don't know. It's something that I wonder a lot about. I have aspirations in game design and things that I would like to accomplish. So I'm trying to nitpick some of the finer elements of what I would change about this game if I could, and what, given like an opportunity or like a post-mortem, like what are the strongest elements of this game that go unexamined, I think. But man, I feel like anytime you play a game from this era, just the environmental design, like look at this, the lived-in design of everything, like just how, just like, beauty and simplicity, man. Beauty and simplicity. Like, if you think about this from an environmental direction, what did they do? They just, you know, you painted over some shit, you put up some plywood textures that they got, you know, throw up some lights, make them animate. They only do like, yeah, 2 frames, so that's, you only had to make 2 different textures for that. That's really easy. This is like 30 minutes of work, damn near, maybe an hour. And it's like, it doesn't really take that long to just design something cool for people to walk around in. And I don't know, I miss that. I don't know if you see it too much anymore. I don't know. I love environmental design. I love for Yeah, look at the hanging lanterns in here. It's so wicked, man. It's wicked. A huge sky dome. What else? You know, what else do I need? It's rad looking. I want to run around in it. And really, that's always been. I guess that's the other appeal. Like, you want to. Dead Rising is about killing zombies, and you want to explore these environments that you can kind of. I mean, that's like everyone's kind of fantasy, right? That was like a childhood fantasy to be like, have the keys to the castle, like you can go run around in these stores or whatever when they're not open, or you be all alone. I don't know. It's rad. It's like it speaks to like this weird childish feeling. And I really think they did themselves a disservice by not ever doing a full-on like amusement park game. Like, they should have did a full-on Disneyland rip-off game, like where you're running around Disney, or like a full-on amusement park or something. Because they did it in OTR. They did the spin-off to this game. They did. It's called Uranus Zone, which sucks because that is too ridiculous. But yeah, you can go into Uranus Zone and it's pretty cool. And there's mole men from Uranus, and it's you know, I rock with it. It's definitely a fun environment, but like, it would be even better if it was the whole map. Like, you know, this game's cool. It's definitely got a cool vibe. I think it exposed like the gambling aspect of it, like wanting to run around like a new, sort of even crazier Las Vegas that's like self-contained, and you have all of these balls and these stores. It's pretty cool. But on the flip side, you just can't beat like you couldn't beat like an amusement park setting with like all of the buildings, and kind of like Dead Island was, you know, it had like these great big sort of the hotels, complexes and things, and these different resorts. Man, Dead Island needs its own video. That game. If there ever was a game I was too hard on, it was probably Dead Island. But it probably deserves it to some degree. On the flip side, they accomplished some cool things with that game environmentally. I don't know what the problem is. Can people just not direct a game? Can they not like manage it right where it can be released without it being this huge blunder, you know? I don't know why that's so hard for studios. God knows who even remembers the original Dead Rising's release, or Dead Island's release, but it was fucking atrocious. Like, it was really bad. And it still is pretty bad. If you play it, most of the shit that was broken is still broken. But kind of a cool game. And I'm pretty sure I even beat it, and I played Riptide as well. I'm a Dead Island lover. I need to get to and check that out. That game looks pretty rad. Oh, I'm a zombie game lover though, can't help it. But I think Dead Island definitely had some cool ideas, like design-wise. I think they popped off a little with that. Different time for games, man. It was a different time for gaming. I miss the zombie hype, man. They need to bring it back. Something good zombie game come out, please. I don't listen. I'm gonna say I'm gonna be negative. This is a negative warning for people who like Back 4 Blood. If you like that game, I feel sorry for your parents, but that game sucks. Listen, not only does that game suck, but it sucks bad. Okay, like I tried to give it a go. I gave it the old college try, alright? It's fucking... That game is lifeless, bro. That game is a lifeless corpse of a video game, and I do not know... I don't know... Man, I don't know. Maybe I'm old. Anyway. I wish they would have made Left 4 Dead 3, those, when it was gonna be in, like, Morocco or whatever, and it was gonna be an RPG. That would have been sick. And, I guess it's up to me now. So anybody that wants to teach me how to program better, hit me up. I gotta get this done. I'm so sick of this. I think there should be like a Souls-like zombie game. I could get down with that. I feel like that could be very strong in design and probably pretty easy to approach. I don't think I would do it, but it could be. I could see it being done in a positive way, like maybe more like Sekiro, where it has like the platforming aspect. Sekiro had platforming, right? You can grapple hook in that game. Hold on, stop shooting me. I need some more stuff to throw at you. See you in a minute, sir. When do these dudes get a minigun chopper? Like, this is... Man. I was gonna start ragging on Resident Evil. I don't know where that came from. Like, the people that made this game don't have anything to do with Resident Evil. Oh, I would like to say, also, I reviewed this game on Steam at some point, I don't remember when, and I was like, man, the people that made this game, they'll never know what it means to me. And I guess a couple of the devs from Blue Castle like responded to it, and they were like, "You're welcome." So shout out Capcom, whoever was original, Blue Castle. I don't know what happened once they became Capcom Vancouver, but sorry, I don't know. I don't know why I skipped. That would have been fun to watch. But yeah, shout out to devs. This game does mean everything to me, so I love that this was a game like DR1. That's a crazy, that's like the Japanese Capcom team. That's the A team working on it. Like, that's gonna be some crazy shit. You already know. American devs, whatever, Canadian devs, it's just not gonna hit the same way. You know what I mean? But I do think.
Well, I'll be. The three of you brought down this big shot. I'm impressed.
Sorry, this is distracting me.
Big.
I do think it was a surprisingly eloquent sequel to a game that is like.
We ought to make sure
I don't know. I guess the door was wide open. Maybe they could have took it in a better direction, but I don't think they veered off path here. I think 3 obviously was where things started to get fucked up. But I mean, look at all there's a lot of characters and drama in this game. I feel like it's kind of well written. And this fucking dude, he's like a mole or whatever.
Fine. We'll do it your way. I'll stand watch first. He's not going anywhere for a while.
But I do like the branching paths. I'll say that the branching paths of like Case West. And if you never looked at Case West, that's worth checking out. It's probably only like an hour or 2 long. You can't play it anymore unless you own it. I think already on 360. It was like a DLC game. But it picks up during the ending. So like TK is gonna get bit here in a minute. The guy on the table or on the gurney. So if you don't save him, you'll get ending D where he bites you in an elevator. And then I think Chuck gets infected. I don't remember. And then he has to get Zombrex. But basically, Frank busts in. Old washed up Frank. He comes blazing in. And he sets things right. And then you go to like the Phenotrans facility, which is the people that make the Zombrex. That was pretty rad. I like that. Things got weird with the different endings because like I don't even know what Dead Rising 3 if that's canon or not. Nor do I give a shit because that game sucks. And that's all I have a lot to say about DR3 actually. But they totally went the wrong way. Okay. Dead Rising spoiler time. Let's talk about the story. At the end of Dead Rising 1, which no one has ever played because it's too fucking hard, but you might have watched it on YouTube. So there's Carlito, who's like the guy that's starting the outbreak, and it's his sort of plot. But he was working with Isabella, his sister, to, she's like a medical technician or whatever, so she knows about these. They were Santa Cabeza. They were working on an experiment that would do something, prolong the life of livestock. They were trying to make zombie livestock or something. Or they weren't even trying to make zombies. They were trying to do something where they could make meat or infinite meat or whatever. Because it's about how Americans eat meat too much or whatever, something. Social commentary. And then, they make the zombie larva, but it's like it's from Queens or whatever. The larva, whatever. You know how it is with the queens and the shit. So, Isabella works, she makes the first queen, Frank gets bit at the end, and then she makes the first inhibitor for Frank so that he doesn't turn into a zombie. Thus beginning the production of Zombrex, which just prevents people from turning into zombies. Cool. So, at the end of the game, when you get on Carlito's laptop and you figure out his password because he dies, he gets killed by that Larry dude, and then he's like, "Pachi mama, take my necklace, Frank." And then he goes, "The Santa Cabeza story will be told. I promise." For some reason, he likes him kind of at the end. They have a little of a, I think there's some fanfic of them out there because they definitely would like each other by the end of the game. So he's like, "Pachi mama," and then he kisses his necklace, and then he dies. So then Frank gives it to Isabella, and he's like, "The password is Mother Earth or whatever," because again, it's about it's about America's social commentary. And then it's like, all right, cool. So we're on his laptop. Oh no, Carlito had a plot. He had an insurance policy to this, where he had like orphans, like 12 different orphans or 16 orphans or something infected with the larvae, and they are going all around America, and they're everywhere. They're spread across, and then Frank's like, "Oh shit." And then shit gets real crazy and they have to get out, and then they don't ever talk about it again. The game just ends. So, waiting for that chicken to come home to roost. Ain't nothing to do with that in this game. That's all Dead Rising 3. So, Dead Rising 3, you play as a dude named Nick. He's the guy. He's one of the orphans. And they do it in a really dumb way. Like, they all have like tattoos behind their ears. And they all there's like another orphan in the game and he dies. I don't... It sucks. Dead Rising 3 sucks, dude. I don't know what happened. But, Isabella is like a bad guy at the end of that. They veered so hard off path there. Like, they should have stuck with this game. This game came out strong, bro. Honestly, they should have done like some ridiculous fanfare stuff, and like, I think Case West should have been like a mini like sequel. And then that could have led into Dead Rising 3. And then, fuck it, Dead Rising 3, you could have done both of them in the same game and just, they crack down on some shit and like solve something. I don't know. It just turned into this weird dystopian game where like really nothing good happens. Oh, and Katie's in Dead Rising 3 as well. She's like a teenager and she's emo. And, just not fun, in my opinion. Not quite fun like this game is. Anyway, I'm supposed to be talking about shit I like about this game. I don't know, my desire to play this game, to experience it, I don't know where it comes from, honestly. It's like an all-encompassing, like no other game is scratching this itch. And, you know, like I was eating good back in the day when zombie games were coming out every week, once a week, twice a week. And life was good, and there was a new map on Call of Duty Zombies every month. Life was good, but you know, zombies are not a hot topic anymore. People are not trying to, especially not zombie games. I think zombie TV and film is still pretty prevalent, but sorry, this is take a sip of the coffee, guys. Let's calm down here.
Hey.
I think in the days of the Walking Dead hype, things were a little more go. Like it was all like, how do I get in on this zombie? You know, it was like the battle royale of the time. So, yeah, not a lot of zombie representation. I don't know. I guess PZ is really big. If no one's ever played Zomboid, I love Zomboid and I play it a lot, but I have a lot of gripes with that game. Mainly, listen, the game's dope. I've been playing it for like 10 years. Like I'd play it every time they update it. I'm always playing it, you know? Like I remember playing the super old alpha. And PZ is one of those passion project games where they're gonna just keep working on it and it doesn't matter how bloated it gets. They're just gonna keep cracking away. Like, it's so rare to get a long-term supported project that doesn't get like ridiculously bloated. Like think about Payday 2. Like I would rather throw my computer in a river than boot that game up because it is so bloated and there's so much garbage in it. And that's how it is. Like that PZ kind of is like that. It's not as messy, but it is like this huge, I don't know. I thought it was written in Java, but maybe that was a long time ago. I guess it's all Lua now, but I don't even know what backend, like what do they use? Is it like from the ground up? I don't know. I know it fucking lagged. I know it takes forever and it lags. But it's great. It has huge, like it's very open, and like the modding support is great. What they were able to accomplish with the modding is, yeah, it's a huge game and I love it. I play it. However, man, it's just like some things are just too much work, you know? Like what happened to video games? Remember, like when on your PlayStation when you would put the disc in and it, you know? So that's just something I think about a lot. But also, I love good stories. I love sort of simplistic stories. I miss when games were more interested in exploring things. But I will say, I have a tendency to think older games are like emptier, and it keeps me from playing them. I think most people think this, you know, like, that game's from 2004, it's from 1997. It's probably doesn't have any content in it, you know what I mean? Not in the way we really think about content now. But what's crazy is that it has vastly superior artistic content and value than most things that are being generated now. And we look at these things and we're like, yeah, okay, but I'm gonna play Fortnite. But it's like, this is shit that, like, you know, a artist worked on, environmental artist, many talented programmers probably worked on that project, and during a time when you really had to have a lot of skill to even be a programmer. Don't even get me fucking started back, like on PS2, PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 less, because there was like a lot of SDKs going, like renderware got popular and stuff, and it was easier to make shit in that. But pre any 3D engines that were really available, like period, that had ever been created, most of these motherfuckers could not make 3D games. They couldn't figure it out. It was too many vertices, and it was hard to program, man. So you needed to really be operating at like a high bar. Like the reason those old PC games are so good is because dudes who wrote them are geniuses. Like go look up the quick inverse square root algorithm from Quake 3. Like these motherfuckers were smart. They were smart as hell. And that's why these games hold up and they're so good. And I don't know, there's just a level of fidelity that exists in some old games, and I think this game just has it has soul. It has so much soul. You boot it up and just look at it. Alright, this would be better if I was killing zombies and doing something fun. I was actually doing that earlier. I don't know why, I get so into just standing around and talking. Now the reason I want to talk more about what I was saying about the combat, because I feel like I was giving a wrong impression about, like, the reason I say that the combat isn't that fluent in this game or anything is just because, like, I have a beef with the way that the animation trees function in these games. Like, so the way that they wrote this on their own, I don't want to say that it's like some XNA framework, because I don't know for sure, but they wrote this on their own framework. They wrote Dead Rising 1 on their own, I guess if you don't know anything about graphics APIs, the best way I can explain it is like, they just made everything themselves, and, you know, there were some very smart Japanese developers, but I don't know, it was harnessed better in the first game, I'll say that. Like the way they did a lot of mocapping technology and shit on the first game. I'm assuming they did on this one as well, but it's not as doesn't look as good. The mocapping on Dead Rising 1 is great, but essentially the way that animation states and trees work is like, you know, he's doing an idle animation right now. When I move, he's gonna blend into doing the forward animation. Do you see how he like readies himself? He can't do the animation until he's in position. So you gotta get him in position and then he's gonna start walking. So that's the animation tree, how it's functioning. I don't think there's any blending in this game. Like, he just begins the animation and, like, I guess there's a certain degree of blending, but it's really jagged. So I feel like anytime you're getting forced, I fucking talked about this in the last video. I know I did. Yeah. Anyway, so I feel that way about the combat. I just wish there was better animation blending or like, but regardless, you know, we were not there in technology at that point. It was pretty rare, I think, to have something I don't think I talked about before is how this game's like a platformer. It has like a platformer's controller scheme, which I feel like it really encourages this concept of exploration. Like it really makes it fun to explore and run around. Because if you strip the combat elements away, you have a third-person platformer's control scheme. Like the movement is snappy. The second you're pressing a direction, you're moving that direction. You can jump. You can mantle things. Man, so many games didn't have mantling for like a long time. Like I think San Andreas was the first game I remember as a kid that had mantling. And it was like, yeah, bro, this opens up like hella dimensions for exploring and climbing on stuff. And like, God, verticality. This game has just a tiny bit of verticality to it. But man, I appreciate every bit of it because it's like, I love to climb. I want to explore, especially a cool environment, you know? So, big shouts out going for that. Like, I think Capcom nailed it. That was sort of a Dead Rising 1, you know, design mechanic. I guess the real genius to this game as a sequel is that they just were like, let's not fuck with it that much. Like, let's just... If you really think about it, like with the safe room and everything, and the way that the survivors work, the phone calling, the radio transmissions, it's Dead Rising 1, you know, like shot for shot, basically. They just reskinned it and retold the story. The thing is that it worked, you know? Don't fix it if it ain't broke, man. And they got the inclusion of construction weapons, and it's like, ah, man. And they just focused on creating a cool environment. Like, I don't even think I've ever noticed this big-ass turtle here. Like, I don't think I've ever even made mental note of that. And look at how cool he looked. He looked rad. I hope he's okay. All those spots on him. That's a dirty turtle right there. Can get up to some bad business. Look at this place. I'll even ride the dolphin. I think this is the hard mode. I'm a QuickTime god. God gamer. Hell yeah. Level up. That's right. You see little mini games, you interact with the mini game, you're getting XP, you're leveling up.
Perfect.
Come on, stuff's flashing on the screen, the dopamine is flowing. Somebody please. Let's make another Dead Rising game like this. Please. Like the only thing I can really like wish for is like super replayability, you know? These games are very replayable, but as far as persistent progress, when you talk about like scalable mechanics and stuff that I would want to try to accomplish if I were to attempt to make my own zombie game, I would be super into like, I don't know if I would say infinite leveling, but something similar to like Diablo 2. That's where I could put it. I need a Diablo 2 zombie game. Not necessarily top down, mind you, but similar mechanic.
Roger, you idiot!
I like these guys. This is a fun fight.
We need to get on the ball if I'm ever going to get out of this hole and into the spotlight as I deserve. Don't you see? This is finally my chance. I mean, our chance.
Oh, really good Cell Dweller song called Switchback on this fight. Super fucking good. I don't know if you guys are into Cell Dweller, but I don't know, maybe I'm a fake fan. I really am I'm a Cell Dweller appreciator because of these games, but never really listen to them in my free time.
We have a volunteer! It is time for the most dangerous magic trick of all.
I'm trying to figure out if I want to skip this or not. I don't want to see this lady get sawed in half, to be honest.
Abracadabra!
I don't know. They saw her in half. Surprise. Man, Stealth Dweller was good. I used to hate Rob Zombie as a kid because he did hella songs in NFL Street 2. But I was being a little hater, dude. I love all of this Rob Zombie core now that I'm older. Although I don't know if it's fair exactly. I call it Rob Zombie because it's like that different. Honestly, I don't even know what they called Rob Zombie. It's not new metal, right? It's like post new metal. It's like something else. I don't know. I fuck with new metal. So listen to some Ultra Spank. Sorry, I'm burping a lot. I'm trying not to burp and talk at the same time.
Your death will be my best.
Yeah, this song's rad. When I was a kid, I was like, this is the shit right here. I need to get into whatever this is. Holds up, I think. That's what I'm saying. This game is the epitome of holding up. The vibes, bro. Do it for the vibes. We play it for the vibes, okay? The famous gamer plays it for the vibes.
I like a co-op.
This guy's always been a pain in the ass to fight.
That's a nice volunteer.
They got some good suits. I like their outfits they got on. I'm so jealous of people that get to work on these games because, like, I understand that, you know, you gotta bust your ass for a long time being even just a character artist or like, maybe that's not the right name for them. Anything, just being an artist and then getting the opportunity to like design characters or something. I get it, but I'm jealous. I want to design characters. It looks like so much fun, you know. Like I want to get paid to design these guys' suits. That's rad. And like come up with their backstory. Love it with the beard. Chuck's looking good with the beard. I hope my mic, man, I didn't check nothing. I turned this shit on. This is off the dome right now. Why'd you do him like that, Reed? Or was that Roger? I guess it doesn't matter now. You got a dope sword you can get. You can get this thing. And he up. Back that food. Alright, I gotta go give my daughter my obligation as a father. Step out of my way. Man. Just the vibes of a casino. Like that. Like the no clocks and the disorienting patterns. Totally nailed it in this game. Completely nailed it. I love those vibes. And it occurred to me, I know that this is not important at all in the slightest, but I tweeted a long time ago. I was like, you guys got to listen to arcade machine noises while you play games for extra dopamine. It makes the game better. Like if you're playing like Call of Duty, I'll listen to like arcade noises. I'll listen to anything and I'll play anything and listen to it. And I was trying to explain to people that this is the way to be. Upon my replay of Dead Rising 2, I've noticed there's fucking arcade machine, you know, it's like slot machine noises, but it's like the same thing. You know, and it's like buzzers going off and bells and shit, and I'm like, oh my god, that must be part of why I love this game so much. Like, you're killing zombies and you're listening to arcade machine noises. That's fucking genius right there. That is, that's bomb. This is a rad weapon, dude. I guess this is a reskin of, of the firework launcher. This one goes right in them though. Yeah, I wish this game had infinite levels or something, or something that I could grind, you know? Because this is all I want to do anyway. Really just shoot zombies. kind of miss the co-op aspect of this game. I haven't. It's been a long time since I've co-oped that. I remember that being such a like that was the thing, man. That was the thing. Not only did this game nail everything else, but dude, it added co-op in the era of co-op. Like when everyone. First of all, let's get one thing fucking straight, video game industry. Nobody ever stopped wanting co-op. Nobody ever didn't want to play a campaign with their friend. Everyone wants to do that all the time in every game. And listen, bro, I know a thing or two about net socketing, all right? It's not that fucking hard. Just add co-op to the game. Just do it. You can do it. If the game has multiplayer, there's no reason it shouldn't have co-op. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And they nailed it. They kept, they didn't go pre-rendered for the cutscenes so that you can wear funny outfits in this game and you can still enjoy the cutscenes. You know, it's a riot. It's a riot playing that shit with your friend. But, yeah, you know. Shout out to games when you didn't need an encyclopedia to play them. You could just boot them up. And kind of like, sometimes I feel like the adventure of games is missing. Like, again, you think about the trailers for this game. They like made a big deal about how Chuck is like a father and, you know, you're gonna have to do things for your daughter and that's gonna be part of like this RPG experience now. And they made it pretty clear that it was in, I don't know if, I don't know when those comics came out. I don't know if Fortune City, if people knew what Fortune City was yet. So they were like, it's in Vegas or it's in some casino. So casino setting, you know, he's a dad and he rides motorcycles. That's about it. You're gonna boot the game up and you're going for a ride. You don't know where that is taking you. Now, with that said, that's really all you need. Like, ooh, I'm a motorcycle dude. Oh, I love when the chainsaw starts spawning over here. I'm a motorcycle dude. I love chainsaws. I can duct tape stuff. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I like when people are like, yeah, that's Chuck's American, but he's like the most Canadian dude ever.
Dad, it didn't let me get to the save point. I'm gonna have to restart.
Sorry, kiddo.
Terrible dialogue.
Time for your medicine.
It's a level of cheese that I can put up with, you know what I mean? And I like Stacy and Chuck kind of together too. There's kind of a nice story. This is a family-oriented game, bro. You're fighting for a family in this one. Dead Rising 1, you fighting for some fucking film roll on some Kodak.
Chuck, the rescue's coming soon.
Get out of here with that shit.
Sullivan said they'll save anyone at the bunker at first light. There still might be people out there that we can help. If you can get them back here in time.
It never stops, does it?
Hey, look, he's just a bewildered man, okay? He's a bewildered, going through a lot right now. I don't know. Oh man, did I talk about the UI? Did I ever talk about that before? Holy shit. Look at these. Everything is like a ticket stamp, you know? Come on, this is rocks, bro. This is a good looking UI. Hella good. They kept all the good loading screens. I mean, the map is rad. I have a copy of the Prima guide to this game that comes with a fold-out map, but somebody ripped the map out of the motherfucker before I bought it, and I don't have the map. But look at it. It's a cool map. It's there's that old Stippo video where he's like, Willamette is a geographical nightmare. This game is very similar if you think about it. Like, where the fuck? Like, this is the only entrance and exit in this whole. Like, what is this place? What is this place? Where do you park? And where? And what? It doesn't make any sense. Like, all of this shit over here, there's no doors, and there's really not that much of upper levels. Like, this is the whole place, and this is the only second level. Are you kidding me? All of these huge buildings, they would have tons of levels. That's something I find myself wanting. Like, just keep going. Like, I wish games would have developed in that regard, you know, where like more time, more energy is spent on just like. When I was a kid and I played San Andreas for the first time, I was like, yeah, one day in GTA you'll be able to go into every house. But it didn't go that way. They just kept doing the same thing but bigger. And it's like, I don't, after a certain point, probably after GTA 4, it's like, I don't need it to be any bigger, bro. You got the perfect ragdoll system, perfect gunplay. Let me go into every house now. Like, it's time to realize that childhood dream, you know? I feel like, and I know other people feel the same way, because if you ever go play San Andreas multiplayer, they have like scripts that will custom load instances for every house, so you can like own a house on a street and like have your crib or whatever. And don't say GTA Online. Don't say GTA Online to me, you liar. That would be a lie. So, yeah, like imagine. I try to get in touch with the sense of imagination that I felt for games when I was a kid. And I just, like, I thought, you know, when you're a kid, like a game is not ending. Like a game is not finite. You don't really know that beyond that wall is like an empty space, because that's what it was created to be. It's like an illusion, you know? I don't think necessarily games have to be like that. Like I think the illusion of the illusion of grandeur should be greater in game. I think we should work towards, I don't know, I would love, like in my mind I'm like, oh yes, a labyrinth-esque like sort of warehouse system. Of course this place would have like a labyrinth to move all the shit around, and the tunnels. They did do the tunnels. The tunnels are pretty cool. I'm sorry. The tunnels are alright. This little middle bit is fair enough. But other than that, I would have loved to see more, just more stuff. But fuck me, they went, God, did they go to the wrong direction with that. And DR3, bro, holy shit. Should we play a little bit of poker? Let's do it, I guess, right? I'll go save. I don't know if I can play poker and talk at the same time. I would be bugging out. I don't lose anything, right? Yeah, I don't lose, I don't think. I already got his helmet, I don't need it. But, yeah, a lot of the developments, like, we have photorealism. We have it. I'm not that blown away with it. I don't know if I needed it that bad. I think I just wanted the game to be bigger. So, hopefully we get to that. Hopefully there's you know, if I can't do it, somebody will be able to sort of step up and this place is depressing. Everyone's just crying in here all the time. Why would I ever want to go back? Hey, on the topic of PS2 games, Scarface, the World Is Yours game is so good. You had, like, if you enjoy Scarface to even the slightest degree, and you enjoy games where you like drive, it's like a GTA clone kind of, but it's actually bomb, because, you know, I think what is really engaging long term in a game is like the metagame element. So it's like Dead Rising has almost no metagame elements whatsoever. I mean, it has everything you see here is the metagame elements, essentially, beyond survivors, saving them, and then the, like, exclusive costume stuff, but that's about it. So, I just wanted more, I wanted more metagame from Dead Rising, which I never got. However, man, this fucking Scarface game on PS2 is kooky. I played it as a kid, and even back then I was like, yo, there's some shit happening with this game. This game kind of rocked. And I think it holds up. It basically is like, it's like a fan fiction game about Scarface where, so spoiler, they shoot him at the end, and it's like at the end of the movie, instead of getting killed, he like escapes. He like gets shot, but he like shoots his way out, and then he rebuilds his drug empire. And that's the game. Now, if that doesn't sound awesome to you, you don't like video games, I don't think, because that is just a dope scenario to have a video game. So you just spend all your time driving around, hassling people, beating people up, and then like doing missions. Very good game, it rocks. And the whole time, the reason I thought about it was like, you know, you should be able to you can kind of do some stuff with the safe house in this game. Like, you can give Katie all of those gifts, and they will sort of decorate the whole place, and that's nice. But you can't do anything else. And for some reason in that Scarface game, dude, you can decorate the fuck out of your mansion. Like, seriously, like it's like, oh, it's like better than Sims. Like you can decorate. All the objects are localized. Like they're not on a grid. You can put them anywhere, and like, it's hilarious, dude. There's like Gina and Manny's ashes that you can get, and like put them in an urn on a mantle. It's fucking ridiculous. Please play that game. Anyone listening, let's play that game. So, or watch it. I don't know. No, don't watch it on YouTube. That's a bummer. Don't watch this on YouTube. Play Dead Rising 2 for yourself right now. You ever play Dead Rising? It's rad. Dead Rising 1, people say it's hard. It's not that hard. Just don't worry about saving, everyone. That's where I get caught up. I always want to save. I think I might be on track for a perfect run this time, because I never look up the secret survivors. Like I never, because it's just too much work. But I think I got, there's a secret thing in this game called Tape It or Die, which was like a promotional thing for Dead Rising 2. And then you can find them, you can find like their studio, they're like making web videos or something. And you can find them, it's like I think it's a self-insert for the developers, but you can find them and there's like 4 people that you can save, but you have to go do some quests for them and then come back when the military arrives, I think. And that's how you save them. And then there's that other dude with the briefcase. And there might be a third survivor that's, or a third, yeah. I don't know, I can't never keep it straight. BR1 has Bill in the beginning, and then Pamela and the other girl. And then there's another one. My brain is a poor encyclopedia Dead Rising knowledge. On replay, I will say that I'm kind of enjoying like survivor dialogue for some reason. Like it's kind of interesting to me, and it would be really fun to write these little stories and these interactions. This has got to be one of the funnest things about making games, I think. Like just the ability to tell little stories, and a lot of good. I mean, if you look at the Notebook, a lot of people in this game. Look at all these people. I mean, Jesus. 10, I think 10 plus psychopaths, maybe 12. There's like 50 plus survivors. Everyone's modeled, got a name, got a face, an age, a bio. A lot of work. I mean, I wonder how many years they were cracking on this game. Cause it really did a lot. I love to look at shit like this in games. I know most people are like, that's boring, but like I'll play an old PS2 game and I'll look at all the extra content. Somebody worked on that. Somebody got paid to work on that, and they were passionate about it. Like, to check it out. At least staring at. This guy looks like Stan Lee. Have I made any salient points about this game at all in this video? It's great, man. I like Sullivan. He's kind of a good villain. They switched it up in 2 though, where he's like a good guy. It's a little trippy, but I thought he's a pretty good villain. I thought it kind of comes out of nowhere. I think the 3rd act of this game kind of it might get a little bit off the rails. I think it's like TK's the villain the whole time, and then it's like really quick. Oh, Phenotrans is harvesting queens. That's the plan the whole time. And then boom, boom, boom. Sorry, I don't know why I walked over here. Like boom, boom, boom. You know, Sullivan's the bad guy. TK, Sullivan's the bad guy. Go fight Sullivan and defeat the plot. And then boom, now it's like on top of that, TK's took your bitch and he took your girl. You know. Sorry. And then it's like he's the villain again. Who is the real villain of this game? It has too many villains. I don't, you know. TK, he's like a rabid dog. He just does stuff. He's crazed, you know. I don't know if that's a very good character, honestly. He is a fun character. I think, oh man, let's talk about Terror is Reality. Did they not nail that? Like, that's rad. I think before this game got really silly and dystopian, they were kind of hitting it on the head, like a society where they have like a game show about zombies. That's ridiculous, but it's like cool, and it's like dark. It's like dark in a, it's like gothic in a way, you know. It's like I guess that's not the right word. It's like a darker society, but it's not quite. I guess it is dystopian, but it's not like dystopian in the same way. They turned it into this weird. I don't like what they did with it, but I don't know, man. I just like it. And Terror is Reality. Aesthetically is awesome, and it has a really dope song associated with it, and it was a cool multiplayer function for the game. Totally, they stripped that out of the second one. You can't even do Terror is Reality, so that's a little disappointing, I think. But yeah, I think they did a lot. I think they did a lot really flawlessly. Promotionally for this game. I mean, even just look at this lobby area. This is dope. This is dope, dude. You could really see it like filled. Seeing it filled with zombies is just like so creepy, because you know it would just be such a. I think a mall is one thing, because it's like you've seen empty malls, you've seen dead malls, but you've never seen like. I don't know, like it. This is just. Ooh, I don't know. Hits me in a different way. But yeah. Touching more on the co-op aspect, I had a lot of fond memories playing co-op in this game. This guy Deets, man, I gotta take care of this dude.
Move it! Come on!
Oh, can I put her somewhere safe?
Don't fall behind!
Oh, work on Deets. Oh, Deets has got good aim.
You go!
But yeah, like when I was talking about the reskinning and like, you know, the sniper family, quite literally just a reskin of like the sniper family from a quite more stupid reskin, I might add.
Hi.
Yeah, quite less inspired and more politically inclined, I suppose. It's weird. I think the way that like Japanese people had a take on like American shit was funny, but the way Canadian people have a take on it is cringe. So I'm about to die right now. Oh, yep, there it goes. That'll do you. That'll do you. That Deets, man, he'll take care of you. He'll do you in a pinch. So gotta get him before you gotta go get the survivors. The snipers in this game are relentless. I mean, Jesus. I think they're a little too cranked up. Do I have a... Oh, yeah, this girl wants a peace lily. I forgot all about that. Alright, I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get it. Yeah. Where's the food? There's no... You drank everything in here? Yeah. Ah, shit. Okay, welcome to my Dead Rising Let's Play. I think my love only increases for this game. That's what I have to say, really, about it. Like, I've never loved it less, man. I only appreciate it more over time. And it ages well. As games continue to veer off of experiences like this, I just think it's like, man, I'm glad they got it right, you know, when the time was right. Like, and, I don't know, it's just so rad. The fucking gibbing looks like shit in this game. I'll say that, bro. Most of the quality drop-off, I think, in this game is not that noticeable, between, like, Capcom A-Team and Blue Castle. However, when it comes to fucking just the zombie quality in general, the zombie variation, the way that they're, I don't know, they're like paper. Look at them, they're made out of paper. What is this? What are these weird paper zombies? Man, there was a rad mod back in the day that this dude made, where it was like George Romero zombies, where You could shot like no matter what limb they lost, they would continue to live. Super sick mod. That was really dope. They would like crawl on the floor and stuff. Yeah, I think they did more of that in DR1. There's a little bit more, you could see the variation more there. You know, and there was like shit that made more sense. Like they kind of like, they need to work on the zombies, and they didn't even work on them in Off the Record at all. So OTR is totally the same. Like, so I don't know what. Maybe it's just they like black boxed it and they were just like, this is as good as the zombies are gonna get. Like they're broken. We can't even fuck with them. Because in the first game, like in this one, you'll notice some of the zombies have hard hats, like when you're in the construction areas, which makes sense, right? But the point of the hard hat in DR1, it's the same thing, but the hard hat deflects bullets, so you can't. There's like a critical hit thing when you hit someone in the head in the first game, so you can't critical hit things with the helmet on, nor can you even damage them in the head. So it like gave some gameplay variety there, right? Some challenge. In this game, you can just shoot right through that helmet. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. And there's like still police zombies, but God, did they ever fuck up the pistol in this game? It's like a big meaty 1911 in DR1, and they turned it into like a, God, I don't even want to say what it looks like. I don't know what it is. It's like a weird, it's not a real pistol. It's some weird chunky, kind of Beretta inspired maybe. Let's have a look at it. Maybe P22, maybe it's a P22. It sucks. Maybe it doesn't look that bad, but first of all, what is with this resight? This crosshair looks ridiculous. Horrible. On top of that, not a good sound. I just don't like it. I don't like it. It has really bad accuracy, like the spread is really bad. I don't like it. It's a miss. I like the 1911 in the first game, but you know, guns are OP in this game anyway, so. Speaking of which, let's go holler at our man Deeth over here. God, where's the food? Can a brother get here? It's nice, it's simple. Drinking food, you know, consuming food to get health. Love that. Good classic. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Classic game design. I'm not sure. I think Dead Rising 4 did some weird shit with food. Like, you can, like, pocket. Dude, they did it was weird. With all of the in DR4, you can't throw weapons. Because you don't they're like, you have melee and you have ranged and you have, like, food. And you have 3 slots, basically. And then you can, like, fill up those inventory. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like a mobile game, but I can't even shoot him. But 3, I want to give that. I do want to give credit to DR3 for like, holy moly, dude. I think the movement in that game sucks because like, don't even get me started on the animation tree blending shit. In that game, it is atrocious, and you can barely steer the character. But something awesome they did is like they added sprinting to the game, which I don't think is awesome by design. Well, I guess I don't think you can. I don't know if you can sprint and throw weapons. I was gonna say you sprint and throw. They just got the momentum right in that game. So when you throw, like you can press right trigger and throw an object, and I mean, God, do you freaking like that sucker goes? It goes. So that's the bomb. They really did a good job with that in that game. They got that right. DR3 big hit for might be one of the funnest games to just kill zombies in. However, it has this really bad chase camera in it that like is always points down to the ground. Like, you know, cameras have autocorrect. It always is pointing on the floor for some reason. This is a coffee sip break. Go ahead and sip. All right. Yeah, so I don't know. I think but once they became Capcom Vancouver, I don't know if Capcom got more in, like, I think they were more invested because DR3 really does feel like a weird Japanese game. Seems like they had some influence in it, but it's it's bad. And dude, what is with their obsession with like taking my heroes? Like I love these dudes. Like Frank is so cool, Chuck is so cool. All right, they're old and fat now. And it's like, dude, I don't want to see it, bro. Don't want to see it. I don't want to see gray hair, fat face Chuck. I don't want to see gray hair, bald Frank. I don't. And he's like, he kind of tones down his Canadianness in this one, but bro, this dude is so fucking Canadian in Dead Rising 3. I don't know if anyone has made note of that. But just throwing it out there, this dude is Canadian as fuck in that game. Not a great performance from the vocally there. Oh man, Nick is so bad in 3. That is the worst character ever. Like that's the worst. I've never heard the worst lines for a character, or like that's just, he's horrible. Like he never shuts the fuck up, and he's like, oh, he's like shit balls. He's like a Family Guy character. It's insane. It's fucking insane.
What's going on?
Alright. Hopefully I can get back in time, I don't know. I'm gonna start doing closing thoughts here. Probably start winding down. I don't know why, you know, I don't know. I gotta talk about Dead Rising. I gotta talk about it. I feel like they could have maybe not made more combo weapons, but they could have made combo weapons that are less stupid, more useful. Not a lot of utility going around in some of these. And they didn't even fix that as the series went on. Like combo weapons continue to be pretty useless a lot of the time. Like the lawnmower 2x4. What am I? You can't pocket it, and you got to rev up the fucking. I don't have. Nobody got time for that. So, you know, mainly I found that my inability to complete things on time comes from my desire to just not at all walk in the right direction. So I'm trying to work on that a little bit. I'm trying to get that worked out. Oh, you actually get a call for Taper to Die. No shit. Shit, do I have to do that before 6-1 happens? I might have to give this a Google. We'll check it out. I kind of don't mind. Like if I fuck something up and I gotta reload a save, I don't even care because I'm like, I'm gonna play it. What? I'm gonna beat the game and play it over again anyway. What? What do I care? I think Chuck as a psychopath in OTR is super rad, and that was dope. I think that was a big. I guess I'll probably do a video on OTR itself, but I think that was a big hit for the series. I think a lot can be done with different endings and storylines being told, but it seemed like they were. Dead Rising 4, I mean, God, I don't want to be stuck on that, but I guess it was none of Blue Castle left at that point. Like, I don't think any Blue Castle worked on that game, so, like, I can't expect them to do... Just why reboot it? You have multiple endings. You could do a whole game on, you could do a whole... Just like Case West was the whole thing, you could just do a whole game like that. You know? What's stopping you? And people would be like, oh, okay, this is kind of interesting. And then you could like, dude, press the button, please, for the love of Christ. Why don't this have the Dark Souls thing where you can press Y to switch, you know? God. I give them a lot of credit, but they couldn't figure that one out. Hey man, making a game's not easy. Not easy. That's all I can say.
Keep it moving.
I love whoever did the UI design on this game. Like, super rad. Alright, ladies. Do you want a gun? Do you want...
Stick close.
I'm gonna miss my quest, alright? Let's get going.
way.
This would be hilarious if I just if I just toast my save and then it's like that's the end of the video. There's some guy on YouTube. I wish I could remember his name, but he does like he did for Dead Rising 1 like these perfect perfect run-throughs. Like he would do DR1, do every quest, every case, every survivor, every psychopath, and then he would also do Zombie Genocider in that run, which basically means that he killed 53,000 zombies, which basically means that when you're not doing the quests, which you have to do flawlessly and on time, that he's like in the tunnels mowing down zombies. It's fucking nuts, dude. Like that's high level. That's some high level play. And it's pretty cool. There's like been a resurgence. I don't know if I'd say there's been a resurgence. There was really no scene for Dead Rising speedrunning because the game works on a time limit. But then some guy made like a cheat engine mod that like time skips stuff. And that sort of changed the way that got people interested. Previously, the only thing people ever did was overtime mode. So that got people interested in the idea of, oh man, I knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, I don't want these, I think these girls are toast. If I'm gonna make it in time. That was pretty cool. I've been a little interested in Dead Rising speedrunning, but, oh, I cooked the goose big time.
Beauty's up now.
The goose has been cooked, ladies and gentlemen.
You're gonna pay for what you've done. God, I wish they'd just let me kill you now.
Who are you? What is this?
Yeah, them framing Chuck, like, ooh, that's a cool, and like, because his wife died in Vegas, so they thought he would be the perfect like scapegoat for this, and like, good backstory.
Oh, seeing as you started it. What the hell?
Oh no, is it dead? Oh, okay, I'm dead. I don't get to keep playing anymore. Here it is, guys, the true ending to Dead Rising 2. In case you never played it. It's a classic. It's a classic of our generation. Makes me feel old. I don't think nobody even like, who gives a shit about these games? Oh, that is ending D. My bad. Well, whatever the ending is when TK bites him in the elevator. That was the ending I was talking about for Case West. Well, it's been a ripper. It's been a ripper of a ride. You guys think anyone's on Terrorist Reality? Let's watch the intro. My new thing is I talk like I'm streaming when I'm not streaming. It makes me more comfortable. Look at how rad this is, dude. Payback. XVII 10, 15, 17. They've done 17 of these. Let's hit it up. No kidding. Or put me in by myself. Okay.
And
All
welcome
right.
to TIR 17. We got a hell of a good show for you tonight. I'm
This is
John
cool.
Andrews. With me, Paul the Mauler Lazenby.
It's like sponsored by Zombrex.
Welcome once again to
So
the
ridiculous.
greatest sport in the world.
That it is, Paul.
Greatest
We'll get
sport.
down to that action in just a minute.
Who are these guys? Normally you get old sports guys to commentate. What are these guys? What's their background? Like, these are baseball players and they're like, we got a reality show where we kill zombies. We need you guys. Let's see if I can just find someone's game. I'll join on my level 50. Like there's probably, I don't know, sometimes I'll peek at the Steam charts. I think there's maybe like 60 to 100 people playing this game usually. Maybe less than that actually. It'd be cool. It'd be rad though to be able to go. If not, it's whatever, but There's something about, you know, just like unused features of games. It just makes me sad. I'm like, someone get on this. Monday Night Combat had that syndrome. It died out really fast. Yeah. Maybe I'll hook it up with somebody and do a co-op playthrough or something, because like I'm kind of fiending. I remember the devs a long time ago when they were showing off the game like in a beta stage. They showed off a little bit of the co-op and it was like, this is the raddest shit ever. I was so excited. Well, anyway, if you listen to all of this, hope it was entertaining to you for you watch this while you ate chicken nuggets or something. I don't know what I want to do some more rambling about. I've been playing Evil Within. I'm kind of getting it. Like I have an appreciation for the Evil Within series now, even though it's had a rocky start and it's kind of weird. There's like something to those games that I think are really good, and there's probably a couple other things I'd like to talk about. I'll give it some thought. Anyway, here's a video that isn't Madden, so you guys will stop being mad at me. Anyway, I'll holler at you guys. Take it easy.